So you just gave your employee a raise, and yet productivity hasn't really changed. Well, in this quick video, I'm going to tell you exactly why that's happening and what you can do to increase productivity for the employees of your business. Hey everybody, this is Abong Eka, certified public accountant, certified professional leadership and business coach, and the founder of Economics. Now, productivity is a huge thing if you're a small business owner or even if you run a big business. You're trying to get the most out of your employees, your team members, and people that you work with because, again, the more productive you tend to be for the people that work in your organization, the better chance you'll have of increasing your revenues and increasing the overall culture of the organization. Now, before I give you these tips, I want to share something that recently happened to me. I was on the phone with a major cable company. Actually, it was Cox Communication. I was talking to technical support. I had a problem with my internet, I had a problem with my cable, and I was at my wit's end. So I was on the phone with this person. I was kind of riled up because I was really annoyed. I'd wasted hours already, and my productivity in my particular business had gone down. Well, the person I spoke to, her name was Abby, and Abby actually not only calmed me down, but she was explaining the process to me. She walked me through troubleshooting, and in the midst of us waiting for additional support to help my problem, we started talking about other things in life. And I would ask her questions, and by that time I was going through, I'm a coach, so I was just asking her questions about life and what she's doing and how her team is, and just general things. And then I was just giving suggestions and just talking about ideas in general. Well, I didn't think anything of it. She solved my problem, hung up the phone, and I went on my life, went on with my business, and she went on with hers. Well, about 4 months later, she reached out to me on Facebook, and she sent me a message that said, "I want to thank you for the conversation we had like 4 months ago. I don't even remember I barely remember what we talked about." And I said, "Wow, like, why are you thanking me?" And she's like, "Well, after we had our conversation, I've been promoted twice so far, and I've actually been promoted quicker than people who'd been there over a year, and over 2 years, and she'd been there for less than a year. So she quickly was promoted in a short period of time." And I said, "Well, what was the difference?" She's like, "Well, I actually found a sense of purpose in what I was doing." And that was kind of sort of the goal and the questions I was asking her. And this is what I realized about productivity in your organization and any organization where people are working. The big key is this: you have to find a purpose for each individual on that particular team, in that particular organization. And everybody's purpose is different. Now, how many times as a business owner or a leader have you been responsible for giving a team member or an employee or providing them with a bonus or a raise or something to that effect? Now, obviously I can't see you raise your hands, but you're probably nodding. This is the reality of that situation. Money is a great motivator, but the thing is it's very short-term and short-lived, and I'll tell you why. If somebody told you, and I want to ask you a question, I want you to be honest. If somebody told you wherever you worked that they're going to give you a raise of say $10,000, what did you think about initially? Now, most of you who are watching probably had an idea as to how you would spend the money. You'd pay off some debt, buy a new car, give money to a friend, pay off some medical bills, whatever you had, whatever issue, whatever thing you wanted to solve. You automatically thought about how you would spend that money. And that's the reality of it. So once you immediately come with money and a raise, the person is going to immediately spend the money, and they're not going to be able to apply that to their particular motivation and productivity. So within the first week or 2 weeks, you've adapted your lifestyle, you've spent the money on the things you want to spend, you've emotionally and mentally already spent the money. So now you go right back to where you were before you got the raise. Because again, your purpose is never tied to the dollar, it's never tied to your salary. It's tied to something else that gives you purpose and gives you a reason to be there. And it's not just paying bills. So as a business owner, as a leader, as a supervisor, somebody in a managerial role, even senior leadership, the key is this: how do we find the purpose that each team member has, and how do we show them that we actually support whatever ideas that they have for this organization? And that's the key. So one of the things that I've been able to do working with other companies is going in and speaking to their teams and speaking to their sales teams, but also some of their employees to help them identify what that particular purpose is on an individual level, but also how it relates to the company or the firm as a whole. Now, if you can do that and identify that, you end up creating an amazing culture where people can't wait to work with you and do things and do business with you. Just think of how it is when you go to some place like Chick-fil-A and the level of customer service. It's infectious, it's contagious. You can never go to Chick-fil-A and actually be in a bad mood. You're almost always in a good mood. One, because the food is hot. Two, because the food is amazing. But three, because everybody has a smile on their face, and that's something that's part of the culture that's ingrained. Now, what you can possibly do for whatever company you're working for is to be able to create a very similar structure by, for one, identifying what everybody's purpose is. When you have a purpose, you have a better chance individually of being productive and be able to contribute to the greater goal of the organization. So if you want to learn more about what we do and how we can work with your team and your company and your organization to help grow that, click the links below. And as always, I really appreciate you being here. Oh, one more thing. Please like, share, and subscribe. My goal here is to reach as many people as possible to share with them things that I've learned, things that I've learned across the way of working with other clients, and how I can help your business in the process. I'm also trying to help entrepreneurs and small business owners grow by using information that they can apply to their daily activities and their daily lives, not only for themselves, for their organization, for their employees, and the people they work with, as well as their customers. So that's the biggest goal. So please like, share, subscribe.
Yeah.